Wildwood Park, where this afternoon and evening the Sheboygan A's take on the Addison Braves in a doubleheader. Hello, everybody. Alongside Lucas Schulze, I'm Mike Martin. We're going to be bringing you this afternoon and tonight's games. Sheboygan comes in with a record of 4-3. They had a very exciting win on Thursday, a walk-off home run by Jimmy Jurgensen. That was his second home run of the year, and with that homer, he now has 31 career home runs with the A's. It ranks him 10th all-time, along with Al Albert. The Addison Braves come in with an 0-4 record. They've lost 2 doubleheaders as they come here to Sheboygan. They lost 2 to Kenosha and then 2 to West Allis. And they are struggling. Hopefully Sheboygan can take advantage of that and come up with a doubleheader win. They have not played a game in the State League yet. They are 1-1 in the Newble. On the mound for this first game is going to be Jared Recklitis. He pitched a beauty against the Chicago Rockies last Sunday, and we're hoping for that kind of performance this afternoon. The lineup for Addison, they got Peter Visconti in center field leading off. Ben Geary is the shortstop hitting second. Hunter Johnson is hitting third and playing second. Cal Arntzen is in left field batting fourth. Batting fifth and playing right field is Brady Kleffer. Batting sixth and playing third base, Jack Swarbrick. Batting seventh, the first baseman, Tyler Martini. The DH hitting eighth is Wes Blitz, and batting ninth is the catcher Joe Torres. Their pitcher is Antonio Lycia. Lucas, you all ready to go here?
Yeah, I'm good to go, Marty.
Lucas was busy with some technical issues. He's going to give you the defense for Sheboygan.
Defensively for Sheboygan, from left to right, it's Kelvin Kiesler, the man in left field. In center field, Chase Hansman, who had 3 hits, including one in the 9th inning to propel the A's over Appleton on Thursday. And in right field, Nick Tenney hit a home run on Thursday as well. Around the infield from third to first is Jacob Neese at third. The shortstop is Riley Palmquist. Second base is George Haas, and first base is Harry Stelt. And then behind the plate's Cal Casper for Jared Recklitis on the mound.
We're looking at the lineup for Sheboygan, and it was interesting to see Cal moved all the way up into the 5th spot, and George Haas moving down in the lineup. Also not here was Alex Ames, their on-base machine. They'll miss him.
Yeah, he's definitely someone that you want in the lineup in a game like this where you just want base runners. You want to give your ace some run support.
Fly ball out to center field. Hanselman is there. That brings up Ben Geary. Little change in our starting lineup up here, Lucas.
Yes, no CJ in the house today. Danny backing him up.
Danny Verhasselt, one of our interns this year. A little tapper to third, and Neese not able to make the play. That'll be an error.
Yeah, especially when you got your ace on the mound, you want to make those defensive plays. Don't want to have to make him throw more pitches and have to get more outs than he needs.
Hunter Johnson is up. Johnson is the Addison second baseman. Addison managed by Larry Krakowski. Sheboygan, of course, by Tim Moyer. Runner on the move. Throw is high. Geary with a stolen base. He was not waiting around. So with one out, Addison has a man in scoring position, and they're number 3 hitter up. Game time temperature was 77 degrees. And that throw is high out in the left field. Give Geary another stolen base. And then he scores on the throwing error.
And it's weird for Cal Casper to make one error on a throwdown, and to see 2 back-to-back plays, it's almost unheard of. How he's been so good behind the plate at throwing out runners, and we know Struven Army has. To see him miss so bad on back-to-back throws is just something we don't see.
The ball hit out to deep right field, and it rolls all the way to the fence. It's going to be a stand-up double for Johnson.
And this is a team, and the Addison Braves, you mentioned the Open 0-4 to start State League play, but they have struggled outside of State League play against other teams. They're 2-11, I think, is their overall record, and Sheboygan struggled with them last year. He said 3 out of 5 they took from Sheboygan, and they only won 5 games in the State League overall.
I know. That's tough. Michael Baird is behind home plate, and Mike Schuett is our base umpire. A lot of mics running around the ballpark today. Got one up in the booth.
The best mic around. On the mic.
On the mic, yeah.
Oh, beautiful day.
Yes, sunny skies. Clouds starting to filter in. There's a possibility of pop-up showers. I don't think we'll have to worry about getting the games in. But you're right. Now west of here, out by Plymouth and Fond du Lac, it's going to be pretty sticky.
Yeah.
In the 80s out there.
It's pretty warm this morning, but seems like it's cooled up just a little bit.
You live near the lake. You know, I'm way west of you, about 2 blocks.
And the thing with Rokolitis is we know he's going to throw strikes. He's never really had the problem where he's walking batters consistently. So you just got to be ready as defense behind him not to make mistakes.
Rokolitis delivers. And pitch is outside.
And you couldn't pitch much better than he did against Chicago.
Oh, he was a dandy that day. Full count pitch coming up. And blows the fastball by Arntzen. Now there's 2 outs with a Kleffer up. Brady playing right field this afternoon, this ball game. Mentioned Addison comes in today 0-4 in the Wisconsin State League. We're assuming those were their only 4 games this season because we were not able to find any other information. Or were you? This is the first Wisconsin State League game for Sheboygan this season. Lucas is looking up some stats he found. Kleffer having trouble with that breaking pitch. Didn't get a good rip at it. See if Jared can work out of the jam with only the 1 run. Breaking pitch is just a little bit outside.
They come into play 2-11 overall, having won their last game and their first overall game. So they've lost 11 in between those 2.
Oops. They've got quite a few games in. Pitch is inside.
But no team in this Wisconsin State League is ever going to be a walk in the park. It's a very difficult league, top to bottom. You can't just expect to win.
Oh, hit him in the helmet. And it puts runners on first and second with Jack Sorbrick. Jack is playing over at third base. Batter is checked by his manager and the umpire, and he seems to be okay. Good thing. Brady Clefford on first and Johnson on second. 2 outs. First pitch swinging, and Sorbrick fouls it off.
Thing
on the right
is,
field side.
with this Addison team, their pitching staff has not been their strong suit. They've given up more than 5 runs in every single game so far this season. Even the games that they've won, they've given up 5 runs and 6 runs. So they're going to win by having a lot of runs on offense.
The pitch is in for a strike. Makes the count 0-2. Palmquist at short. Pitch is outside. Over at second is George Haas. With Brady gone the other night, George was over at shortstop. I think defensively, having Riley at short and George at second is a little stronger. 1-2 pitch. Stroke to right to Harry at first base for the out. And at first I thought that might slide right through into right field, but Harry was right there. And that ends the top half of the first with Addison scoring 1 run.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support programs like Boys and Girls Clubs and Girls Who Code that show kids they can dream anything and do even more.
Jeans that fit just right, and the radio.
Chase Hanselman will be leading it off for Sheboygan in the bottom of the first. Addison scoring a run. An unearned run.
That works.
Well, we had that real bad game against Kewaskum, Lucas. We committed 4 errors in that first inning. We cut back this game, only had 2. That's a good sign.
It was unusual, especially from seeing Casper doing that. Then Neese, we know, is sure-handed. He's been at third base over his time in Sheboygan.
Well, I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but Cal's throw were pretty consistent.
Yeah,
and both of them were very high.
Thing is, hopefully on the offensive side of things, we talked about how many runs that Addison had given up, 5 in every game at least. And hopefully Sheboygan get that little jolt of energy after Jimmy Jernigan's 3-run walk-off home run. Get that offense going. You're obviously without Alex Ames and some other pieces that you're used to having in the lineup, but still it's a very strong lineup that Sheboygan's put out there today.
Watching Antonio Lycia warm up, he doesn't look to be overpowering. Riley Palmquist waiting on deck.
everyone will look to Jurgensen for the game-winning home run, the walk-off home run, but Hansman had 3 hits, and he was one of those guys who got on base. He made a diving catch and right. He had a really great game on Thursday.
You know, and we've been talking about Jacob and not getting a lot of RBIs in that 4th spot, but his single in the 9th inning to keep the rally going after a Hanselman single was huge.
Yeah, those 2 guys are the reason that Jurgensen was in the spot that he was, and the reason why Appleton had to switch pitchers.
Pitch is a bit outside, makes the count 1 ball and 2 strikes, or is it 2 and 1?
Sure, it wasn't Appleton's thought that they put a left-hander to face the left-hander, and he gives up a deep home run.
I think we both thought it was a smart move at the time,
Yeah.
and you know, we talked about going the other way, but in looking at the game later on, by the way, your home run call was better than I thought. It was really great, but he hung a curveball and Jimmy just jumped all over it. And a walk. Good start for Sheboygan. Quit making me look bad. Riley's drawn 3 walks so far this season. Pitch just a touch outside. Lycia wanted it, but home plate umpire Michael Baird said no way.
We didn't get a chance to see Palmquist on Thursday. It was George Haas and Lemons up the middle infield, but having Palmquist back, such a big ad for this Sheboygan defense.
Count is 1 and 1. Hanselman on at first base.
Palmquist has hit the ball hard a few times too. He's come up empty, but seen him line a few down the third base line that have just been foul. See if we can hit one between the sticks.
Ripped that one hard to left. Left fielder makes a nice running catch. Arntzen off on the crack of the bat and was able to catch up to it, and that's exactly what you're talking about. Riley coming in only hitting 100. It's not that he hasn't hit the ball hard, it's just hitting some tough luck.
Yeah, it's a terrible feeling. You know, hit the ball right in the screws and you're walking back to the dugout and you're 0 for 1.
Exactly. And that happened a couple times early in the game on Thursday to Jacob, you know, and he finally got the last at bat for a ball to drop in for him. Hanselman's still on first. We have 1 out. Harry Steltz up. Harry's been hitting machine for Sheboygan so far. He's got a 6-game hitting streak going.
Took over the team lead in doubles on Thursday's game. Hit that one just over the head of Krull in center. Nearly got a home run out of it. Right up against the wall.
Well, stolen base for Hanselman. He had a good jump, and Harry took the pitch to give him the opportunity to steal it.
And base running was kind of shut down against Appleton on Thursday.
Oh boy, Nolan, their catcher, really was good. 3 out of 4 base stealers he threw out. Harry with a bouncer to short. Throw across is in time. That leaves it up to Jacob Neese.
Neese, you talk about, had that big hit in the 9th inning. Get that
I was
rally
going to say,
started.
Jacob's got to feel pretty good about his hitting coming around, you know, hitting the ball hard and then getting that hit like you mentioned in the 9th.
Another chance with him with runners in scoring position. Be nice that the Sheboygan tie this game up early. to let Addison get that confidence that they can hang with them.
Good job by Hanselman to take third on that ground out. Usually something hit in front of you, you don't run. Well, hit right at the Sheboygan dugout, but there is a screen in front, and that's what it hit, but it came in pretty hot.
You know, Hanselman's got great speed, probably read that that ball was coming a little slowly. Knew he had time to get in there at second base, or at third base.
Seems like there's a lot of, Addison brought a number of fans along with them for this 4-game set. Good to see them in the ballpark. I was chatting with that fella down by the table, Lucas. He's got a Northwestern Cub hat on. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, I've seen those around before. They had a Northwestern night at Wrigley, I think last year.
That was a strike.
I feel like we're in the MLB now, Marty. Back-to-back weekends, we've got the same team
I know.
Saturday and Sunday, 4-game set. We're in the big leagues now.
And Jacob takes that one on the outside corner for a called strike 3. And Sheboygan fails to score in their half of the first, and after one complete, Addison on top 1-0.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you don't just feed yourself or your family. You help support programs like Simply Give that feed our neighbors in need.
Thank you.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Wingism number 1, the Flavor Saver. Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 2, the Joker.
Then her dad walked in. Dude, we're done eating. Use a napkin. You serious? Yeah. Are you serious? Yeah, I'm serious. Why so serious?
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Jared will face Tyler Martini, the number 7 hitter in the order. It'll be 7, 8, 9 for Addison in the second. Nice start for Sheboygan, getting that leadoff walk, but the next 3 hitters couldn't produce a hit.
Yeah. Need those hits in that situation against a struggling team. The longer and longer that they have the lead, the more and more belief that they have that they can win a few games this weekend.
Big swing and a miss. Recolytis goes 6'3", 225. He is from Sheboygan, went to Sheboygan South. He lives in Belgium now. He's a graduate of UWM. I know they were athletes at South besides baseball. I believe football and basketball come to mind. Basketball for sure.
See a few more outside the strike zone a little bit for Recolytis.
I was thinking, yeah, he's throwing a lot of pitches. Just in time. Palmquist to Harry.
And it just feels like a sure thing when the ball's hitting the ground to Riley. It always feels like it's
You
so
know, and then
routine for him.
at some point during the season, he's going to muff on one of those or make a bad throw, and you're going to say, what's wrong with him? But, yeah, you're right. He's Mr. Steady out there on defense.
Like it doesn't matter where it is, his right or left. He always seems to
We're
get that
talking
ball in
obviously
time.
about Riley Palmquist. Wes Blitz is up, the DH. Blitz hits one out to deep left center field, but over there and making the catch is Calvin Kiesler.
You got an experienced outfield for Sheboygan tonight with Tenney, Kiesler, and Hanselman, all guys who've been out there not just this year but also last year. So
One of the few years when there's not a walker out there.
yeah.
Ball is fouled at home plate. Joe Torres is up. Torres the catcher. The other night, Lucas, I'm sure you remember getting the first two batters out was not a sure thing for getting the third one. We ran into a lot of trouble in this situation. Hopefully that's not the case today. And it's a called strike three, right on cue. Reclitis comes through with that nice breaking pitch, and that ends the top of the second.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support organizations like Hope House Mission and New Hope Shelter that give people around here warmth, shelter, and care.
Spells the great taste of Sheboygan.
What does it take to stay in business for 75 years? It's not only featuring USDA choice beef. It's not caring about every single one of our 30 varieties of bratwurst. Nope. After being family owned for 3 generations, we've learned it's about you. At Miesfeld's Market, we give back to the community and our customers always come first. Since 1941, we've been feeding our neighbors, so come by and see what we've got today.
Wingism number 3, the Peter Heater.
Oh, so hot.
Oh, so hot!
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 4, tea time.
What are you, having tea with the queen? Hello. Nice.
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Cal Casper will be leading off the Sheboygan second. Cal struggling with his hitting this year, hitting 154. I think what would help Cal is get a base hit and help his confidence and get him to feel a little more comfortable in the batter's box. I know the other night he was in 2 of his at bats. I think he saw 2 pitches, fouled out and then he popped out. I think were the at bats, but he'll be fine.
And baseball is just a game of streaks, right? You can be on a cold streak, then the next day you could go 2 for 2, and then you go 3 for 4, and then it just keeps adding on. It's not going to last forever. We know it's better here than that.
was fouled over the Addison dugout foul. Calvin down on the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Jimmy Jurgensen waiting on deck. I see with a good pitch. Even it wasn't a strike, but trying to get the batter to swing at a bad pitch is a good idea. See what he comes with here. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cal sends that one down the right field side, but it's foul.
Feels like he's got that opposite field approach going. He feels like he's just trying to wait back, but just a tad too much right now. He's fouled a couple way off to the right side, but he's in the ball right on barrel.
Lycia. Another pitch outside. That one not as good as the other ball that he threw his way outside. Batter didn't have to, Cal didn't have to worry about that one. 2-2. We're in the bottom of the second. Addison on top, 1-0. Cal rips one. That's a gapper. Goes all the way to the wall. And he's turning second. He's going to try for third. And the throw goes way off the mark, but backing up was Lycia. Good job by him. And Cal Casper with a triple.
Wow, we were talking about him trying to go for the opposite field approach and just pulls one right into the gap. Kind of a risky setting there to third. I thought he was going to be out by a mile.
Yeah, and I think with a good throw he would have been. But I don't know if you were watching him go into second.
Yeah.
you knew before he hit the bag he was going to third.
But maybe that kind of just it messes with the defense, thinking there's no way he's going to third, and then turn around and try to make a quick throw and make that mistake.
Jimmy with a big swing and a miss.
It's one of those.
Also something else we don't see from catchers very often.
Yeah.
Great speed.
It's also one of those things that if it works, you look like a genius, and if it doesn't, you look like an idiot. But he looks like a genius.
A little looper out into short right field, and that drops for a hit. And Casper scores. Good job by Jimmy. Well, Jimmy ended the last game with a 3-run homer, and he's got an RBI first at bat this game, so that's 4 RBIs and 2 at bats.
Yeah, he's nearly at 10 RBIs. He's still hitting over 400. It's been quite the start to the season for Jimmy Jurgensen. And the thing is, he's hitting so well with runners in scoring position. He's hitting nearly 700 right now with runners in scoring position.
Calvin Kiesler up. Cal drips one into the gap in left center field. That's going to get down and go to the wall. See what Moyer stops Jimmy at third. Jimmy not a real fast runner. If that would have been Casper, he'd have scored. But good hit by Kiesler.
And 3 hard hit balls in a row by Sheboygan. Just need a home run to complete the cycle in the last 4 at bats. A triple, single, and double. Speaking of guys who hit the ball hard in the recent days, Nick Tenney had a home run his last game.
Kiesler's second hit of the season, his first double. And that brings up the number 8 hitter, Nick Tenney. Tenney hitting an even 250. He had a home run the other night. I think you were on the call at that game.
That was that weird one down that left field line.
Casper started the inning off with a triple. Jimmy singled him in, and then Kiesler doubled. So second and third, nobody out.
And Sheboygan came into the night hitting over 300 with runners in scoring position, aided by that 3 for 8 on Thursday, and already they're 1 for 3 tonight. So sticking to that 300 number, see if Tenney can make it 2 for 4 and put the A's in front.
Bouncing ball up the middle. Second baseman Johnson makes the play and throws Tenney out, but a run does score. Jurgensen comes in, and moving over to third was Kiesler. That was, even though it wasn't a hit, that was a great at bat for Tenney.
Productive out. That's what you can ask for. You got to put the ball in play. You just can't strike out in that situation. And Tenney didn't, brought in a run, and Sheboygan's got the lead back. Or I should say,
Toss up. George hits one to short. That'll produce a run. Good job by George. And Sheboygan has 3 runs in the inning. A couple of ground outs produce 2 runs.
That's how valuable it could be just to put the ball in play. And Sheboygan did that last 2 batters, and they've gotten 2 runs out of it. Hit the ball hard, then just find a ways to bring him in.
Hanselman up, he's a 300 hitter. Drew his first walk of the season. Chase takes that first pitch for a strike. This is game 1 of a doubleheader. Chase hits it high to left field, and it's caught out there by Arntzen, and that ends the Sheboygan second, but not before they score 3 runs and take a 3-1 lead.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you shop for more than yourself. You help support sustainability in all our communities.
Thank you.
Today, tomorrow, and for years to come.
Getting ready to start the 3rd inning. Addison will send up their leadoff hitter, Peter Visconti. Second game will happen about 20-30 minutes after this game, and then we have another doubleheader tomorrow. It's a 4-game set for Addison.
Yeah, it said earlier in the broadcast that we saw a 4-game set last weekend with the non-league opponent, the Chicago Rockies. Now we get to see a league opponent. It's just that much more valuable to see a team that consistently and try to gain some ground in the state league. You can't drop games.
We didn't have good success against Addison last year. We finished 1-3. We were supposed to play 5 games against them. 1 was rained out. That's the reason for the 4 instead of 5. 1-3. Hopefully we can turn that around starting with this ball game. Also nice to see Jared come back in the second inning to get 3 in a row. Hopefully he can start a string. He's at 4 right now. We had a really nice, right at Reclitus, and he was able to get his head out of the way and stuck his glove in there instead and made the catch. Oh, that was dangerous.
One of those look what I found type of plays. Just
Yeah.
get out of the way, put your glove up, and ball ends up in there. Great job by Jared Reclitus. Fielding his position. As you said, though, it could have been dangerous had he not leaned the right way.
I was going to say there were a lot of people in the stands the other night, and I had a lot, we took all the windows out just like today. I had a hard time hearing you.
Yeah, it was loud. Fans were getting into it, especially on that one pass ball play that the A's tied it up on in the fifth.
Right. That was a weird play.
It was a fun atmosphere to be a part of. Kind of brings you back to that Newell Championship Series. It was real loud out here. Games 1 and 3. And
Yeah, some great
Wildwood.
crowds for that one. Up the middle, Palmquist. Quick throw is in time. He's out. Sitting up here, I thought he had it beat, but that not the case. Riley sliding over to his left and making a fine throw over to Harry.
And that broken bat, it was slowly up the middle. I didn't think Riley would even get to the ball. Less than I think he'd actually make the out. Great, strong throw, able to get to Harry, and beautiful stretch. Staying on the bag by Stelt. Get that out.
Hunter Johnson is up. He doubled his last time up.
And this is the thing you hear with a lot of aces in the MLB. Obviously, we're not in the MLB, but still, it reigns the same. You got to get to them early. You got to get to them early, because otherwise they're going to settle in. And it's going to be really difficult once they get in that groove to get consistent hits off them. I think Addison's starting to figure that out now as we enter the third inning.
And we're starting to see that with Jared Recolytis. He's starting to settle in. Pitches up high, makes the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's that time of day where I don't know about you, Lucas. I have a hard time reading the numbers up on the scoreboard.
It's not easy.
Call, strike 3 on a breaking pitch. Was up in the strike zone, but it was a strike, and that ends the third inning. After 2.5, Sheboygan on top, 3-1.
Let me tell you a story about a beer rooted in the heart of America, found in a community where a handshake is a sure contract, brewed for those who found opportunity in challenge and hope in tomorrow, raised by generations willing to sip, share, risk, remember. This is a story bigger than beer. This is the story of the American spirit.
All right, guys, we got teriyaki, honey barbecue, and mild. Enjoy. All right, DOA wings, hottest on the menu.
You got a problem?
Leading off the third inning for Sheboygan is going to be Riley Palmquist. Riley hit the ball hard, but it was caught by the left fielder and robbing Riley. But later in the inning, in that second inning, I should say, the hitters were really plugging that left center field gap.
Yeah, that first inning, Lucia looked strong. He had the leadoff walk, then worked his way out of it, and then a lot of hard contact from the bottom of the A's order in the second inning. And up here, we're hoping he doesn't bounce back. We're hoping he continues to get that hard contact. The A's can pull away.
Riley fouled that one straight back. Had a good rip at it. Lycia looking to bounce back from a shaky second inning when he gave up 3 runs on 3 hits. Riley pops it up, and it's in the stands.
Back-to-back games now. Wow.
Yeah. Riley steps back in. Pitch stays up high. Waiting on deck is Harry Stelt. Gentle breeze. Wind flag isn't blowing much so far today.
It's been a good at bat from Riley, really working the count, fouling off pitches, looking for that perfect pitch that he can line in a gap or get on base.
Making Jackson Tillman work. He's bat boy. Oh boy, that was close. Riley took it. It's now a 3-2 count. Oh, Riley. Not a good swing on that pitch. Good job by Lycia. That brings up Harry.
And we've talked about that before, how frustrating that can be for a pitcher when a batter just keeps fouling off pitches, keeps working the count. It's got to be such a relief to finally get him on a strikeout.
Harry 0 for 1 in the ball game. Came in hitting .350. First pitch swinging and fouls it off.
You know, you're having a good start to the season when 1 for 3 brings your average down.
Lycia in the windup. Pitch stays high, evens the count at 1-1. Another pitch up high. Are you surprised that he had Jimmy batting sixth?
Yeah, it's interesting because it's such a hot start he's been off to, and we've seen times where he's been hitting third in the lineup regularly, and he wasn't hitting 412 at that point. So, but maybe he just wants to spread out the power dynamic throughout the lineup. That could be the option that I think of. Or maybe he's just been hitting well there, so keep him there. So.
Right. Well, Harry swung at the first pitch, and then the next three were all balls, and he draws a walk.
And the thing about Sheboygan, they weren't drawing many walks, especially on Thursday against Appleton. Only 3 walks in a 9-inning game. And they've got a lot of players who are patient at the plate. It's kind of surprising to see that number so low.
Nice is up. Jacob struck out to end the first. Looking to get the magic back. I see you with a good pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Jacob looking for his first home run of the year. He was going for it there. Came up empty.
He's had a couple balls that have been hit hard in the gap that just nearly missed being a home run, but we know he's a guy who's got power, and he can hit multiple a year. He hit 5+ last season.
Jacob takes that pitch up high. It was close, but it was high. Good
like
take.
The zone's kind of tightened up in this third inning. Like Lucia's not getting as many those pitches on the corners that he was earlier.
Pitch in the dirt. Good stop by Torres to keep Harry at first.
And Harry's good base running is the part of the reason why Sheboygan was able to come back on Thursday on that pass ball by Olsen, who was so good behind the plate, but that one mistake, and Harry took advantage of it. That led to the bad throw, and Hansman came home, tied the game up at the time.
Jacob foul ticks that one, hanging in there. 2-2 pitch coming up. Bouncing ball over to second. They get the force at third, but not Nice hustling down the line, so Jacob reaches on a fielder's choice, and that'll bring up Cal Casper.
And Johnson made that, nearly made a great play on that one. I didn't think he'd have a chance at two. Got a quick turn at second to get stealth, and then nearly at the time to get Nice out at first, but Nice's speed, as you mentioned, hustling down the line, able to beat it out.
And if Geary could have had that throw on the mark, he would have got Jacob at first too. The throw pulled the first baseman off. That's why Jacob was safe. Cal Casper tripled and scored in the second. We're in the third. There's 2 outs. Jacob Nice, not a big base stealing threat, is on first. Casper hits it out into center field, where it's caught by Visconti, and that ends the Sheboygan third. After 3 complete, Sheboygan on top, 3-1.
Estimated hold time is now less than 96 minutes. Thank you for your patience.
Sorry, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay, please hold.
As you can see on your screen, Brad Reinfleisch is warming up Jared Rakalitis, and we heard, I've been speaking with Brad, so I don't know for sure, but I heard he's having arm problems, and that's why he hasn't been pitching yet. But nice to see him out there warming up the pitcher, and at least throwing it back to Rakalitis. And although his first throw was out to center field.
And what a big addition he'd be to get back for this A's rotation.
Oh,
He's
exactly.
so valuable. And even at the plate, he's still able to hit, which is nice. And he can be a really great hitter for Sheboygan, but it doesn't compare to what he can do on the mound. And to have him and Rakalitis and Schmitz, and it really becomes a difficult rotation to get to consistently.
Cal Arntzen is the number 4 hitter. He's going to be leading off the 4th for the Braves. First pitch swinging, pops it up in foul ground. Casper trying to get a bead on it, but can't. It's off the netting. Is Volker here today, do you know?
I didn't see him when I was walking in.
Okay.
He pitched a whale of a game.
Yeah, he pitched 3 scoreless innings the other night, allowed Sheboygan to get that comeback win. No, I never did ask you. I just kind of spewed it out after the game. Who do you think? Did you have Jimmy as your MVP?
I mean,
solo? You know, I had 2. I thought it was.
No, well, if I did 2, for sure, those 2 guys. And I mean, you can't take away from hitting a walk-off home run in that situation. Wow, that one almost hit a car on New Jersey Avenue. I mean, that's such a big situation for him to hit a home run and to get the A's that momentum back on offense.
Well, the other thing is you don't see those kind of walk-offs very often.
That's what makes it difficult.
Strikeout number 4 for Jared Rakalitis.
I mean, you could almost say Chase Hanselman as well. He had 3 hits. He had a diving catch in right, and he was part of the reasons why Olsen forced that through a third because of his speed.
It was definitely a team effort.
Yes, 100%. Everyone complimented each other the way they should have. That's how you win baseball games, especially league games.
Brady Cleffer up. Brady reached on a hit to the helmet. First pitch swinging out to Palmquist. And his throw is just in time. I think Riley thought he had a little more time, but Cleffer was hustling down the line. Good job by him.
Yeah, and we talked about earlier in the first inning, we were saying how Jared had thrown a lot of pitches, and he wasn't throwing as much in the strike zone. And then ever since then, he hasn't given up a base runner.
No, yeah, and he's throwing less pitches doing it.
And working quick, 3-4 pitches per at bat. And Addison players aren't seeing it out of the hand very well right now. That's what we said also in like the second inning, saying, don't let him get in a groove. You know, you have to get him early if you're going to get him at all. And
right.
It's proven to be why that's the case right now.
Breaking pitch stays up high. Looked like a slider. Swarbrick in his first at bat hit that liner that looked like it was going to go out to right field, but it headed right to the glove of Harry Stout for the third out, because if that would have gone through, it would have produced another run. And another strikeout. That's 10 in a row now for Jared, and 5 strikeouts.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support programs like Boys and Girls Clubs and Girls Who Code that show kids they can dream anything and do even more.
Cold beer on a Friday night, a pair of jeans that fit just right, and the radio.
Looking at some of my notes, we mentioned Alex Ames is not here today, at least for this game. Alex is on a 3-game hitting streak, and on base percentage, they've got it down in my notes at .560. And it's been an on base machine, but coming up now for Sheboygan is Jimmy Jurgensen hitting .412 with 2 home runs, 8 RBI, 9 RBIs now. And he's been a hitting machine. Not necessarily the on-base machine that Alex is, but he's a hitter.
And he's doing it more so to all fields like we had talked about, but also not just relying on the home runs. He's getting a lot, even we saw in the second inning, a little bloop single in the right field. He's really just making better contact with the baseball and hitting the ball hard, but just getting on base.
I think it was about 3 seasons ago, Jimmy struggled for probably half the season, even a little bit more. And then he went in on one of his hot streaks the last third of the season and finished with over a 300 batting average. It's nice to see him get a good start to the season this year, and hopefully keep that up.
When you're on one of those streaks, you just can't wait to get to the ballpark. You know,
Yeah,
you're
right.
feeling it, and you just want to get in the box and hit.
Isn't that kind of how you feel when you come here announcing, yeah, I had a great game last time, and can't wait
At
to get to
times,
the
yeah.
park? A little looper out to short left field, and it drops for a hit.
Feels like that was a really lazy effort by Artson in left field. I think he kind of gave up on that one a little bit early.
Yeah, exactly. Gave up on it early is a good way to put it.
But 2 for 2 for Jimmy to start the day. 3 for his last 3 if he got the home run.
Calvin Kiesler's up. Cal doubled and scored back in the second. Kiesler out in left field today. Good looking kid. Kiesler's from Oshkosh. Attends St. Olaf College. Yeah. Stats are wrong though.
That's true.
There's a ball hit foul right over the A's dugout, across Denny and Donna Moyer way into the woods of no return.
I was going to say it if you didn't.
Matt Crawley gave us that term. I think it was about 5 years ago or so. He's a broadcast intern. Ball popped up. Is it going to stay in play? No. Goes off the roof of the Addison dugout. Kiesler wearing that. He looks good in that number 9.
Yeah, he's hit
Ted
really
Williams?
well last year. Yeah.
Do the Brewers have a guy that wears number 9?
I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Not great with the number. Manny Pena used to wear number 9 back 2016. First guy that comes to my mind that wore number 9.
Pitch is just outside. Jimmy's on at first with a single. Kiesler's up. They're pitching the dirt outside.
Oh, Jake Bowers.
Okay.
Goodness, that took me way too long.
Hey, that's all right. I couldn't tell you if there's a number 9 on the Cubs this year. I'd have to call up the roster. Swing and a miss. Good pitch by Lycia. Brings up Tenney. Tenney grounded out to the second baseman, but it did produce a run.
Yeah, that back-to-back groundouts by Tenney and Haas brought in 2 runs. 1 on each fielder's choice. The benefit of just putting the ball in play.
You may be asking yourself, is Jimmy a stolen base threat? Nope. He was no stolen bases last year, was caught once. So would not expect Jimmy to be running.
2026 is a new year.
You want to bet? Lycia thinks so.
Yeah,
driving him back.
Keep him honest over there at first.
Good take by Nick. Tenney attends, he's from Ripon and attends Ripon College. That's a nice community. I don't know if you've driven through there, but
yeah, I played basketball there before. Back in the day.
Tenney reaches out and pops it up into foul ground, and not quite high enough for Torres to get there and make the catch. But a great effort by that young man.
I was going to say the same thing. We've seen some great efforts by catchers past couple of games. We saw it with Olsen on Thursday, run after one, nearly get into it. But for a catcher to cover that much ground on a pop-up.
Yeah, exactly, right.
It's really impressive.
See if Tenney can come through. Jimmy still at first. Oh, that pitch was up in the eyes. Wanted to be hit, but all he could do is foul it back. Beautiful day here at the ballpark.
And
Another ball struck foul.
speaking of the Sheboygan lineup, Milwaukee's done now in their college tournaments, so
right.
See how long it takes for Horn and Hadley to get over here, and then see when Lash comes over as well. Really add to the depth this team has.
That ball again popped up, this time in fair territory, and taking it is Johnson. That's the second out. That brings up George Haas. Haas also grounded out his trip to the plate in the second, and that produced the A's third run. Haas has struggled with his batting average, but he has walked 4 times. First pitch swinging, again popped up on the infield. And making a catch is Geary. And Sheboygan goes down quietly in the 4th.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you don't just feed yourself or your family. You help support programs like Simply Give that feed our neighbors in need.
Thank you.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Wingism number 1, the Flavor Saver. Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 2, the Joker.
Then her dad walked in. Dude, we're done eating. Use a napkin. Serious? Yeah. Are you serious? Yeah, I'm serious. Why so serious?
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Getting ready to start the top of the 5th. Sheboygan on top, 3-1. Tyler Martini is going to be the first hitter for Addison. Tyler is their Braves first baseman today in this ball game. Grounded to Riley Palmquist his first at bat, and I believe it was a very close play at first. He was called out. Good stretch by Harry. I had mentioned when we went to the break that Jared had retired 10 in a row, and of those 10, he struck out 4. He's got 5 total in the ball game.
That was what they didn't do a whole ton against Chicago, was strike batters out. But it's definitely been more prominent tonight. And back to what he's normally used to doing, striking batters out. But again, he's still working very quickly. Not very long at bats. And when they do put on the play, it's soft contact, easy outs.
Taking just outside. Jared last year in 49 innings struck out 69 batters. That's a very high rate. And we had talked about his control earlier. He only walked 11 last year in those 49 innings. That's a good margin. Strikeout leader was Reinfleisch with 95 in 70-some innings. Neese on a nice play. And he's got the gun at third and showed it off there. Nice play.
And we talked about it. He's got a great glove. He's got a great arm. Just every once in a while, it doesn't both work in tandem. But that time, when it does, it looks so beautiful, as it did there.
Nice to have your glove on your left hand when you're going to your left.
Yeah. That's why you don't see many left-handed throwing third baseman and shortstop.
First pitch swinging is Wes Blitz, the DH. Wes hit the ball pretty hard his first time up, out to left. Kiesler making that nice catch. You gotta like that last name, Blitz.
Blitz, yeah. It's a cool name, Wes Blitz. I mean, that just kind of rolls off the tongue. Like.
Yeah, exactly. Pitch just a bit low. Jared didn't think so.
No. Very rarely do
So
pitchers.
if you're thinking, from what you can remember this season, what name from the other team is your favorite? Called strike 3 on Blitz. That pitch was in there.
Blitz is up there, but I'd have to say Blake Wallenfang. I feel like that's just a fun name to say.
Yeah, I was thinking Mike Martin.
No, that too. That's number 2.
Joe Torres, the Addison catcher, is up. That was a bad one.
Boy, went for a ride off that concrete.
Yeah.
Nearly went above the roof, the grandstand.
Pitch right in there, fastball for a strike. Evens the count at 1-1. Torres was called out on strikes his first at bat. Not a good swing on that pitch. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And a breaking pitch for a strikeout. That's 7 now for Reclitus, and after 4.5, Sheboygan on top, 3-1.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support organizations like Hope House Mission and New Hope Shelter that give people around here warmth, shelter, and care.
Me spells the great taste of Sheboygan.
What does it take to stay in business for 75 years? It's not only featuring USDA choice beef, it's not caring about every single one of our 30 varieties of bratwurst. Nope. After being family owned for 3 generations, we've learned it's about you. At Miesfeld's Market, we give back to the community and our customers always come first. Since 1941, we've been feeding our neighbors, so come by and see what we've got today.
Wingism number 3, the Peter Heater.
Oh, so hot.
Oh, so hot!
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 4, tea time.
What are you, having tea with the queen? Hello. Nice.
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
It's time for our intern focus. This year we have 3 interns working for us. The other night we did Lucas Schulze, my announcing partner. Today we're going to do Ty Petsky. Ty is a Sheboygan native, graduated Sheboygan North High School. He attends Concordia University. He's majoring in sports management, and he's going to be a junior, unlike the youngsters, Lucas and Danny. They're going to enter as sophomores. Ty played Red Raider hockey. He plays college hockey, and he runs hockey camps. What's he doing at the ballpark? Nice to have you around, Ty. Well, it was nice to see his smiling face. Almost as nice as seeing yours and Danny's.
I'll take second place.
Leading off the fifth for Sheboygan is Hanselman. Hanselman started the game with a walk. Was stranded at third in the first inning, and then he flew out to left in the second.
Yeah, the A's came in today averaging just under 4.3 runs per game at Wildwood Park this season. They've got 3 on the board so far, so need a couple more, push that number up for the next game.
Ball is drilled to left, way back there, and out of here. Oh boy, that's a she-boy gunner, and I finally get a home run call.
Arntzen took a couple of steps back, then just gave up on it. That ball was absolutely smoked by Hanselman. And we talked about it's just a matter of time before he starts getting it going. Now he's got 4 hits in his last 2 games.
First home run of the year for Chase. He's got to feel pretty happy about that one. And that's a big run. That gives Sheboygan a 3-run lead. And it brings up Riley Palmquist. You know the best part about that home run was a fist bump from you, Lucas, because we've talked about it. Lucas has called a number of games this year, and he always gets the Sheboygan home runs.
Hopefully you don't need to get a walk-off home run today, hopefully.
Yeah, make it a little more simple. I think Jared will take care of that.
Yeah. Just talking about how they need a couple more runs to get back to that, get to the mean of their scoring average, and Chase delivers.
And that ball has just been picked up by a little kid who ran all the way out to left field for that. You know, I think, you know, when they get a foul ball, they take it to the concession stand, you get $1. I mean, what does $1 buy you at the concession stand?
You're supposed to be pro A's on this broadcast, Marty.
Give him $2. Nice play by Torres to catch that foul pop up by Riley Palmquist. Tough break for Riley.
Going back to that Chase home run, it's just a gut punch for Addison, you know. They got Rick Lace on the mound. They've gotten their last 13 batters retired. And then you give up a run, and it just feels insurmountable almost when you got that ace.
And they're familiar with Jared Recollaitis. They know coming in, yeah, we got to really buckle down against this guy. And all of a sudden you find yourself 3 runs down late in the game. Harry Stelt is up. Harry is 0 for 1 with a walk. Looking to keep that hitting streak alive. You know, this is it going to get through? It does. Takes a bad hop over the shortstop's glove, and Harry extends his hitting streak to 7 games.
And we're just speaking things into existence in this 5th inning.
It's a gift, Lucas. I am not the kiss of death this game. Jacob Neese is up. Jacob takes that first pitch from Antonio Lycia for a ball. Lycia had 1 bad inning. That was the second when he gave up. That ball is right down the line. It's into left field for a hit. And Harry have to hold at second. I think if Jacob doesn't have Harry in front of him, that might have been a double.
Yeah, it would have been close. Artson got to it pretty quickly. Maybe don't round it when you're up by 3 runs. Don't want to make outs on the bases, get that momentum shift. But great job by Jacob hitting it down the line. Again on base. Another hit for him.
Cal Casper is up. Runners on first and second. Another 3-hit inning for Sheboygan so far. Slow roller. Shortstop has it. Fires to first. In time. Good play by Geary. But the runners move up with 2 outs. Leaves it up to Jimmy Jurgensen. Jimmy could pretty much put this game away with the hit.
And we talked about it, how special he has been with runners at scoring position so far this season, hitting nearly 700 now. And it just feels like every time he's up, he's 5 for 7 in this spot.
Jimmy, first pitch swinging, drives it out to left field. And it's caught out there by Arntzen. And that ends the Sheboygan fifth, but not before they come up with another run. After 5 complete, Sheboygan on top, 4-1.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you shop for more than yourself. You help support sustainability in all our communities.
Thank you.
Today, tomorrow, and for years to come.
You're done, Brad. Jared Recolitis with 13 batters retired in a row. He's been the dominant pitcher that we saw the other day against Chicago, last week actually, against Chicago.
Well, this time, he's doing it with more strikeout stuff, a lot of contact he gave up against Chicago. Again, it was soft contact, not a lot of hits were mustered by that offense.
The
but
hardest one was that one hit right back at him.
Yeah. He gave up that double in the first inning. That's the only hit that Addison's been able to muster. And you talk about 13 retired in a row. I mean, at any point in the game, you're retiring 13 batters in a row, you're feeling it. So, you keep that going throughout the 6th and 7th inning, Sheboygan's going to come out of here 1-0 in this 4-game set against Addison.
We're always up for a little comedy here at the ballpark, and Brad came out to warm up Jared, and the first pitch back to the mound he throws out into center field. Casper comes out, first pitch to him, and he throws it back out into center field. And they finally get a couple of warm-up throws, and Rec is ready to go. Peter Visconti, the leadoff hitter and center fielder for Addison, is going to start off the 6th inning.
Back to that top of the order for Addison. Visconti's 0 for 2. See if
Visconti was the hitter that hit that line drive right at Brad. Picked a better spot there. Base hit to left.
One of the few guys who's kind of hit the ball hard off of Recolitis tonight. Just the first hit since the first inning. Their first base runner since that first inning as well. Again, had to end at some point.
Yeah, Geary, the shortstop, is up. Geary hit one to Jacob in the first and reached on an error. Grounded out to short his second time up. And he's played a very nice shortstop.
So is that run unearned then?
Oh, definitely.
Still with an earned run on the year then so far through 12 innings pitched.
Haas makes a good flip over to second, but the return throw to first is not in time. Geary reaches on a fielder's choice.
He'll take the out. At this point in the game, get the lead runner out. You're up 3 runs, you got a couple runs to play with. Just don't want to make a mistake in that situation, trying to turn it too fast.
Exactly, and that's why that home run was huge. First pitch to Hunter Johnson is a breaking ball in for a strike.
And that's just unfair there from Recklitis. You're thinking fastball, he's got good velocity in the fastball, you see a breaking ball right past you. And just sit there and your knees are locked up.
They made a pickoff throw to first. The runner was walking back to the dugout because he thought he was out, and the umpire called him safe. Oh, well. We're not mentioning names. That one not as close.
A little bit more conservative of a lead that time from Visconti on first base.
Great job by Jared not to get all upset. Sometimes something like that happens. It can take your concentration away from your pitching.
That's why it's good to have a guy with experience and who's got stuff as good as he does.
That's a great point. He's a veteran. Reck waiting. He delivers. That pitch is outside. And a great throw that time by Casper. Right on the money. Geary slides in and tags himself out.
And that's what we see from Cal Casper. Just a great arm right on the money. And great job by Haas getting the second base and getting the glove down and making the tag. And Visconti knew it right away. Started running back to the dugout.
Another pitch in the dirt. Trying to put a little extra on it. There are 2 outs. Hunter Johnson still up there. Hunter has the only other Addison hit. Got that double in the first. Pops that one up to Haas, who makes a catch. And that ends the 6th inning. Sheboygan on top, 4-1.
Let me tell you a story about a beer rooted in the heart of America, found in a community where a handshake is a sure contract, brewed for those who found opportunity in challenge and hope in tomorrow, raised by generations willing to sip, share, risk, remember. This is a story bigger than beer. This is the story of the American spirit.
All right, guys, we got teriyaki, honey barbecue, and mild. Enjoy. All right, DOA wings, hottest on the menu.
You got a problem?
Nice to see Danny and Donna Moyer in the ballpark again today. Danny, a legend when it comes to Sheboygan A's baseball, as is Donna. The street down the third base side is called Denny and Donna Moyer Way. All the work they've done over the years to promote and sustain Sheboygan A's baseball. Cal Kiesler is going to lead off the 6th for Sheboygan. Lycia still on the hill for Addison. Got hit around a little bit, but he's hung in there nicely.
Yeah, it's just been a couple innings that he's given up a few hard hit balls and it's come back to bite him. But other than that, he's been really solid overall for Addison for a team that's struggled pitching wise so far to start 2026.
He walked the leadoff hitter, and right away we came pretty suspicious about him. But through the course of the rest of the game, he only walked one more, so he's been around the plate.
Kiesler, that hard hit double off of Lucia back in the second inning.
Ooh, Kiesler hit. He'll get on base.
Third time he's been hit by a pitch so far this season.
Nick Tenney is up. Tenney looked down to third base for the sign, but Tim was over by the dugout talking to some of the other players. I think Nick said, in that case, I think I'll just hit. Takes that first pitch up high for a ball. Pop up into short center field. Great running catch. Leaping grab by the second baseman, Johnson, robbing Tenney of a hit.
And the center fielder, Visconti, kind of held his glove up like he was faking, like it was going to drop in front of him. I thought it was going to drop in front of him as well, and then I see Johnson go over there and make a jumping catch. And almost got the double play out of it, kind of caught Kiesler in between, but he was able to get back in time.
George with a good bunt. Throw by Lycia is in time. That advances Kiesler to second, but there are two outs.
That's a couple of good bunts that we've seen from George Haas, but hasn't been able to get the hit out of it yet. It kind of just dies on this infield grass. But you'll take the sacrifice, get the runner in scoring position for a guy who's been hitting the ball really well recently.
Hanselman, his last time up, cracked that long home run to left. Checked his swing, fouled it off. Sheboygan with 4 runs, 7 hits, and 2 errors. Both of those occurring in the first inning. Ball hit to third. Strong throw across is in time by Swarwick. And that ends the Sheboygan 6th. And as we enter the 7th inning, 7th and last inning of our first game of this doubleheader, Sheboygan's on top, 4-1.
Estimated hold time is now less than 96 minutes. We thank you for your patience.
Sorry, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay, please hold.
Back here at Wildwood Park, they're calling out the numbers for the winning 50-50. Mark Herman is standing right in front of us looking at his numbers, and he did not win. Did you hear how much?
Huh?
How much?
I did not.
How much, Bill? 107. Well, it's important we crack that $100 mark. That streak was broken earlier this year. Leading off the 7th and last inning, last chance for Addison is Cal Arntzen. Arntzen playing a mean left field, looking for his first hit. Neese ranging over, makes the grab, and makes another strong throw to first to get the leadoff hitter.
That was a great job. I thought he just was going to be able to knock that one down, but makes a diving stop, gets up quick, and as you said, strong throw over to get Arntzen at first. Big first out for Sheboygan.
Yeah, we've also seen Jacob make some backhand throws going to the other side, going to his right, and it's the ones that were right at him that caused him problems today. But he's played a nice third base. First pitch swinging was Brady Kleffer. Jared has 7 strikeouts in the ball game. He has not walked a batter, and he's only allowed 2 hits.
Yeah, you could say it's a pretty solid day on the mound for him.
Bouncing ball over to Palmquist. He backhands it and makes a strong throw across. Another great play by the infield.
That left side of the infield. Wow, what an inning they're having. Neese and Palmquist with strong throws, but not even just a throw. The ability to get to the ball and set your feet is so important, and they did both those steps to get the first 2 outs this inning.
Jack Swarbrick is the hitter. Jack playing at third base today. I think we mentioned that earlier. Made a nice play in the 6th inning to record the 3rd out for Sheboygan. Swing and a miss. Ricklitis looking for strikeout number 8. Let's see if he gets it. Fouled off.
And Ricklitis really trying to challenge Swarbrick. That fastball, trying to blow it right past him. See if he goes breaking ball here. Trying to get him fishing in the dirt.
He's just stuck the bat out and tipped it foul.
Yeah, Swarbrick doesn't look very comfortable at the plate right now, just trying to stay alive. Some emergency hacks. Something outside the zone might be the end for him.
Pitch is hit out to Haas, who was able to get a glove on it, but wasn't able to make a throw. Give Swarbrick a base hit. 3rd hit for Addison today. Good job by Jack to hang in there.
Yeah.
I'll give him that.
Felt like he was being overmatched throughout that at bat. Really just to stick that bat out, put it in play, and then hopefully he can run it out, and he did. Forced a rush play by Haas. It was a difficult play.
Exactly.
By no means, means an easy play. The fact he even got there was impressive.
Martini fouls that first delivery into the bullpen area on Addison's side. Martini is grounded to short and grounded to 3rd. He's 0 for 2. And swinging again, fouls it off. Sheboygan on top, 4-1. Looking to extend their winning streak to 2 games. And that ball hit down the right field side, but just foul. And he is going to get first base. I thought I heard something funny. He tipped the glove of Cal Casper. That'll give Cal an error. Actually, that'll be a 2nd of the game. That's recorded as an error.
Yeah, a
So
couple of
they're not going down quietly.
Back-to-back 0-2 counts, and they found ways on base, and now you get the tie and run at the plate.
West Blitz up. Nick Tenney out in right field in the sun field. Anything hit up in the air out to him is not going to be an easy play. That's the third error on Sheboygan. Time called at home plate. Swarbrick is at second. Martini is on at first. Blitz, the last hope for the Braves, and he represents a tying run like Lucas was saying. Pitch is just a bit inside. Jared thought he had it.
A's fans don't agree.
I was going to say a lot of the A's fans thought he had it too. One and one. There's a breaking pitch in there for a strike. Makes the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs. We're in the last inning. Glytis trying to finish it out. Came with the heater, but Blitz able to foul it off.
And they just will not give in. Another 2-strike pitch that Addison's able to stay alive on with these 2 outs. Something Rick Lace has done so well throughout this game is just retire hitters quickly. And Addison's making it really difficult right now.
Recklitis comes set and delivers. Breaking pitch in there for strike 3. And that ends the ball game. Sheboygan a winner by a score of 4-1. And they win game 1 of this 4-game set. With behind Jared Recklitis, who goes all 7 innings, gives up only 3 hits, didn't walk a batter, and struck out 8. Lucas, what are your impressions of the ball game?
Well, again, it's just the Jared Recklitis show. He's pitched 14 innings this year, hasn't allowed an earned run yet. And again, he showed that dominance. He retired, 13 batters in a row at one point in this game. And there wasn't much to it, even when they got hits, Addison. They didn't do much with them. It was just that one first inning that they got thrown off the error. But then again, you look on the offensive side of the ball where Chase Hanselman had that home run for that insurance for Sheboygan. That even put that more of a thorn in the heart of Addison that really gave him that win. But Jared Recklitis was special today.
All right, with that, we're going to sign off for about 25 minutes. Figure about 10 after 7, we should be back ready to start game 2 again. Sheboygan a winner by a score of 4-1.